Hello, this is Ms. Cooper with a tutorial on how to transfer an image from one piece of paper to another. So I have this drawing that I'm really happy with. It's a drawing of a still life that I am eventually going to paint, but it's on printer paper. It's kind of flimsy. I really can't use watercolor paint on this paper and have it turn out the way I want. But I do have this piece of illustration board that I'd like to use. So what I need to do is figure out how can I transfer this image onto this piece without having to look at the photo and completely redraw it. Well, the answer is actually quite simple. It's very easy, and you can do this with a variety of things, but I'm going to use pencil since it does erase easily. So what I'm going to do is take my original drawing. I have a nice dark ebony pencil ready to go, and I'm going to flip it over. And on the back, I'm just going to scribble everywhere that there is a drawing on the front. So I'm going to really shade in this area. I'm doing it with graphite pencil because I want to be able to erase it when I'm working with my watercolor. But you can also use things like crayon if you need something waxy and kind of more permanent that will stay in place for a long time. So you can always do crayon on the back instead for your rubbing. But whatever's on this side of the paper is what's going to go through. So this is pretty good, and there are little stripes where I didn't quite cover the paper, but that's okay because I will be able to connect the dots when I actually draw this. So I'm going to flip my paper back over to the side with my drawing and line it up carefully with my drawing surface. I'm going to work this in here and line it up as carefully as I can with the edges. I'm having to use a bit of pressure to feel where the edge of the illustration board is. So let's make sure this is all lined up the way I'd like it to be. I need to scoot it down just a little bit. I can always look at the original picture and fill in any gaps later too. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, whoops, I just shifted it, whoops. Usually it's a good idea to tape it together, but that doesn't really work with my film setup right now. Okay, alright, all lined back up, we're good, we're good. So what I'm going to do is hold it down very carefully and use a nice sharp pencil with really hard graphite. I'm using an HB right now to push that image onto my board beneath. And I won't push too hard because I don't want the watercolor to seep into any lines, but I do need to draw hard enough to push the graphite that's on the other side of the page through to my illustration board. So I'm going to wrap it around. Follow this. I'm not following super closely because this part is a flower, so they're not very exact things, and I am probably going to make just a few changes when I start actually painting. I won't have you watch me do this whole thing, but I'm going to draw enough lines that you can see something recognizable when I go through to the other side. Okay, I'm going to peel this corner back and see how I'm doing. Oh good, my image is transferring through. Perfect, perfect. So what I'm going to do is I will keep going with transferring my image. As you can see, I have kind of a lot of things to transfer here. All these pretzels and other parts of my still life. So I'm going to keep going, but I'll let you go here. If you have any questions, please comment below or make some suggestions for future videos if you have anything you would like to see. Thanks for watching.